Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. This is episode 394 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. And let's start off with a few rumors for the DCEU. Now, these are big rumors, so just, a huge grain of salt for it. But I thought it was interesting seeing how the Suicide Squad is about to start shooting in 20 days and people are still being cast for the roles here. So, is it possible how James Gunn is just going to go all out with different types of Gotham characters in this part of Suicide Squad? Well, this is interesting. Now, we got this covered. Has been reporting that they are thinking of adding Poison Ivy to the Suicide Squad. And in the front runner for Poison Ivy is none other than Rihanna. Now, I'm like, okay, I don't know if they're really going to bundle all those characters in Suicide Squad. But who knows at this point what James Gunn is actually planning for this may be his new franchise of Suicide Squad movies. And possibly, having talked about they're trying to get Gotham City Sirens involved. They've had aspects of Gotham City Sirens involved. That's why they're looking at either Catwoman, they're looking at Poison Ivy. Harley Quinn is the mainstay of this new Harley Quinn universe, if you will. So it might be possible that they're thinking of Poison Ivy, but that's all hearsay for now. It's all big rumors for now, and so we'll take a look and see what happens in the next 19 days, in fact not 20, before they start shooting Suicide Squad. At least they're reporting they're going to start shooting the Suicide Squad. The other rumor is that, I've talked about this in the live show, that Zatanna could also be involved in the Suicide Squad as well. Even Grace Randolph actually said that tweeted that she's heard that Zatanna was going to be in the Suicide Squad. And for the person in running for Zatanna is none other than Emilia Clarke of Game of Thrones fandom. And so it's interesting, and I think I could totally see that, although I did say that I think Alexandra Daddario is actually probably my top pick for Zatanna, but I'm okay. I think Emilia Clarke could do a very good job if it's true, if Zatanna's even going to be in the movie or not. But if it's true that these characters they're trying to funnel into the Suicide Squad, this could really explain that they're really trying to expand the universe through different channels than the main channels of Batman, Superman. They're going through all these smaller movies, but the bigger DCU launches anyway, and actually expanding characters that way. So that for DC fans could be very intriguing and exciting, and to actually see more characters making their first appearance on the silver screen, and that could be awesome in itself, right? So we can finally get an expanding universe finally, and having them confidently moving forward and forward without reinventing, rebooting all the time. But we'll see how that actually plays out. Speaking of Harley Quinn, the Birds of Prey English teaser dropped today. I don't think it's official, but it was leaked, and so you finally get to see Harley Quinn saying she's over these effing clowns, and it's kind of a joke to It the Clown, because it's supposed to start off looking like the It movies, Chapter 2 movie is starting, but it turns out to be Birds of Prey, so a lot of people in the theaters, I can't wait for them to actually see that in theaters when they're going in to watch It Chapter 2. And seeing Harley Quinn spew that language. And for the most part, I think we still understand that this is still going to be rated R. There is this bloody moment in the trailer where she whacks someone. There's a lot of blood. Also, the F word in the teaser as well, but it looking fantastic. It does. Like, pray for Gotham. Those are the words that you can finally read on the screen now. I'm pretty excited. I actually enjoy this teaser. I enjoy the music. I enjoy the snappiness. I enjoy the look of it, the colors, and I think I'm probably gonna very much enjoy Birds of Prey, and I can't wait to see what this movie shapes out to be. Harley Quinn update is a Twitter channel that constantly updates on Harley Quinn material, said that there should be probably a trailer in front of Joker coming October 4th. So that's awesome as well. I think that's a way to ratchet up the excitement, seeing that we never got to have anything at Comic-Con, maybe New York Comic-Con, but we'll see. But San Diego Comic-Con, like we've known now that nothing transpired there, nothing, and it was very much disappointing for DCEU fans everywhere. So hopefully this means they're going to speed it up, dropping a teaser, a trailer, and possibly another one at New York Comic Con. Who knows, right, at this point. So that's it pretty much for the DCEU. Nothing new there, as Warner Brothers CEO Ann Sarnoff is just a few days into her tenure as Warner Brothers CEO. She met with the workforce in a town hall today. And so I wanted to read you bits of this article coming from Deadline, as I feel some of them is interesting. Some of them could partake to the Snyder Cut, maybe, or just in general, her thoughts on how DCEU or even other movies within Warner Brothers could shape up after this. So, according to employees who attended the hour-long session, it offered a dose of positive energy for a company that has had a fairly arduous 2019. When one employee asked the new boss why risk-taking has traditionally not been rewarded in the Warner Brothers culture, she drew applause with her brisk reply. They will be now. Creating an environment where workers can learn from failure without blame or finger pointing will be a central goal, Sarnoff added, so that Warner Brothers, founded in 1923, can thrive for another century. And I like that. I like that they're going to reward risk-taking, and to me, it just feels like she's going to reward people who work hard and take risks to better shape their industry. And so when I'm looking at that and I'm applying that to the creative integrity world, artistic creative integrities, I'm thinking she's going to uphold the director's driven model, because they're taking big risks with some of these larger properties, with some of these stories and stuff like that. And I think them financing that and just being confident in the director and letting the director make the movie they want to make, that they all agreed upon. I think that is what that we can apply this speech to that. And so to me, I feel optimistic and confident that stories from here on out, and if Zack Snyder ever wants to return, he can finally be at ease that they're not going to chop up his movie. So I think that's a cool thing. And a lot of it, they're talking about how Kevin Tsujihara's exit, his regret over his interaction with Charlie Kirk, but he's gone, bye-bye, see you later, sayonara, and now we got Ann Sarnoff, who we're hoping is a good fit for this company. Sarnoff told Myers her management style is characterized as leading, motivating, and being in it for the long game, adding that transparency, honesty, and integrity are other values she has emulated from her past bosses. That is great. Transparency, honesty, and integrity. They're not going to go in, chop up someone's movie's work. They're gonna be transparent about what their thoughts are, what they want to see in that director's work. Want to see them how they're gonna create it, and what their goals are to them. It's gonna be very transparent, and they're gonna be honest about it, and they're gonna uphold the integrity of artistic creative integrity. That's how I'm seeing it. That's how I'm deciding to apply what she's saying that to the entertainment industry, and mostly, to the DCEU, and even Godzilla at a certain point. So I'm excited for that, and you should be excited too for other properties like Harry Potter and other franchises that you want to see succeed, or new and original films and takes on things that we've never seen before, like a Joker, which is an original take on a comic book character. So it's going good so far. They talk a little bit about John Stankey, and John Stankey is moving into a different role, more into the AT&T part, but it's interesting because they want to kind of do things where they're integrating AT&T, they're integrating Warner Brothers, and all in one. It's not really exclusive here. They're working together to build up a brand and more brands. And so I think that kind of integration is interesting, and it's something that is now in nowadays, where we have things like streaming services, where we're doing watching things on your phone and things like that. It's all part of that corporate model, and so Warner Media is trying to overlap all different segments, and so they're all they're all on the same page and trying to drive those different brands. So we got like toys, we got like streaming service, we got cell phones and stuff like that, and HBO Max, I'm pretty sure, is all part of that plan to meet those goals. Sarnoff told Myers that during the interview process she had a meeting of the minds pretty quickly with Stankey. According to one account, he was looking for the kind of media experience that I have, looking at different businesses, breaking down silos, building franchises. So she's excited about Stankey's new role and think it's great news for Warner Bros. As we'll have a more expedient ways to make cross organizational decision and reach our goals. So that major initiative, of course, is HBO Max, the subscription streaming offering set to launch next spring. Disney, Apple, and NBC Universal are among the major media and tech players, also mounting major new challenges to longtime streaming kingpin Netflix. So they're definitely going to attack those. At Warner Bros., though, the effort has raised questions about the future output of the studio's powerhouse TV production, as well as how film projects will be hived off from the main studio slate. Film chief Toby Emmerich and TV boss Peter Roth are key fingers in that mix. So for now, Toby Emmerich is still involved. We'll see how long that lasts. We'll see if he's able to get those numbers up, because 2019 has been a pretty abysmal for Warner Brothers Pictures, with giant properties like Pokemon, like Godzilla, even in DCEU in terms of Shazam. I mean, it's just not breaking bank right now. We need a compelling offering in SVOD, and Toby and Peter will be making content for Max as well as continuing to supply the outside world, and we will gear our production accordingly. So it seems very much she's going to be pretty hands-on, making sure that Toby and Peter are up to par. And so this could be interesting and motivating for them, hopefully, to get more content, to bring more content, as Sarnoff is going to demand more stuff. She's going to demand some great movies. She's going to demand some great offerings on HBO Max, and I think that could push to maybe having Toby just settle down his ego and say, you know what, we need more content, we need more people watching HBO Max, we need more people in the theaters, let's do this, let's do that, let's offer this, let's offer that, and maybe, just maybe, the Snyder Cut could be part of that offering, because they're really searching for more content to provide to us as consumers. And so I really like these sentiments here, as I'm just trying to apply what I'm reading here to how it could benefit us in any case. The comments followed sentiments offered by Sarnoff last month when she officially assumed her new post. In a new memo to employees, she acknowledged the challenging times for the company but emphasized the need to innovate. So that's great. There was a light moment, though, during the lightning round at the end of the town hall, signaled Sarnoff's intention to not follow the status quo. Asked to choose between the studio's DC Comics standard bearers, Batman or Superman, she opted for a different superhero in Wonder Woman. And that's something that you probably, any woman in higher power would probably already say, of course, Wonder Woman. But I think that still doesn't mean that they won't not get into Batman or Superman. And so I want to get into a little bit of more rumor mongering, if you will. Cosmic Book News, who does a lot of rumors. Sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong. But it's something that we previously talked about, but because we're getting closer and closer to Ann Sarnoff getting more in depth into her role, working her butt off, trying to get things over and over into a better place for Warner Brothers and Warner Media. He said this: as he previously reported, Ann Sarnoff actually has a connection to Superman, as her father-in-law Bill Sarnoff approved Christopher Reeve to play the Man of Steel and Richard Donner's Superman movies. Now that's her father, but getting with that history and her understanding that the importance of Superman, it could be that this could be in good hands with Ann Sarnoff. Now, Comic-Con insiders told Cosmic Book News that J.J. Abrams and his wife had a hand in getting Ann Sarnoff the Warner Brothers CEO gig, as Sarnoff is friends with Abrams' producer wife Katie McGrath, which is in part the reason why Abrams and company signed that mega $500 million deal with Warner Brothers. He was also told that Abrams is tackling both Superman and Green Lantern. So that is fantastic, because he is a kind of franchise reinvigorator, if you will. He may not be the best in terms of getting that franchise to complete. He's a good starter. He's a good person to reinvigorate it. And I think that's just enough to get things going. I mean, he reinvigorated Mission Impossible. He reinvigorated Star Trek. He reinvigorated Star Wars. So this would be a good one to reinvigorate. It doesn't have to continue on with J.J. Abrams' vision, but reinvigorate. Just get people excited again for Superman. Get excited again for Green Lantern. And for me, I'm just excited to see Superman in anything. So I'm really stoked to see what J.J. Abrams can do. And like we've said before, when J.J. Abrams going to work on that Flyby Superman movie, he actually had Henry Cavill and Amy Adams in mind for their role as Clark Kent and Lois Lane. So if that was his choices back then, it could still be his choices now, and that's something to be very, very excited for. So I'm really looking forward to that. And so HBO Max launching next spring, not this year. So that could lead to many different possibilities, and even makes me even wondering about what Forbes writer Mark Hughes had talked about, how the Snyder Cut was about 90-something% complete, but he mentioned that he could see it announcing either this year or next year. And at that time, HBO Max was going to launch this year, but now it's going to launch next year. So, hey, tick tock. Hopefully that means the Snyder Cut is coming. But if it's not, or if it's too quiet on the in the front, we've got a new campaign. This is coming from Release The Snyder Cut at RT Snyder Cut. They had announced this before. It's the letter to send to Sarnoff to let Ann Sarnoff know that you as an individual, you as a consumer that want for Warner Brothers to release the Snyder Cut, hashtag and New Hope in getting the Snyder Cut to release. And so this is where you can write a letter. You can print out those Snyder Cut dollars, pack them in an envelope, send it to Ann Sarnoff. I'm gonna put this description in this in the description down below, or a link to this exact frame to the description in the description below, and it's starting now. So it is time. Brazil, Argentina, Middle East, you are first up. Your letters are written, your Snyder dollars are printed. Put them in your envelopes and be ready to send. Please send on the correct date, and tweet a picture of you posting your letters with the hashtag and New Hope. This is it, guys. This is the moment. This is our chance to continue to tell Warner Brothers, to tell Ann Sarnoff what you want, what you really want. If you don't ask, you don't get. And so this is our moment once again, once more into the fray. Come on, guys. Let's get those letters. Let's get those Snyder bucks going, and let's get them to release the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Check out the dates. Like it says right here, September 6th, in 2 days, Brazil, Argentina, Middle East. And then on the 9th, China, Nigeria, Cameroon, rest of Africa, so on and so forth. We're probably towards the end because we're in America. So for me in Hawaii is going to be September 18th, and I can't wait to send it off. I can't wait to contribute, and hopefully Ann Sarnoff listens to us and appease the fans, and bring in a new generation of people who can be confident in Warner Brothers and Warner Media Group, to side with the artists and to side with the artistic creative integrity, and for justice to the cast and crew members of the people who worked on Zack Snyder's Justice League. All right, guys. Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Thank you.